What's good, y'all? It's MA Baby, and today I'm gonna be breaking down a beat I made for this guy, Ty Brasel. He's a dope Christian rapper from Memphis, Tennessee, and I'm gonna break down a beat that I made for him. Hopefully y'all learned something, and if you do, please like, subscribe, or comment. Love y'all. Let's get into it. Alright, so first we got chords. So start off with this electric piano playing this progression. Then I copied the same chords over to this bell sound and pitched it an octave higher to fill up some more of the higher frequencies, which sounds like this. And here's what they sound like together. So this progression is a 1-7-6-6-5-1 progression. Now the screen's gonna swipe this way and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So pretty much every scale that I work with has 7 notes. And in G sharp minor, which is the key of this beat, has these 7 notes right here. And out of all the numbers that I just rattled off to you, each of those numbers refers to one of the notes in the scale. So when I say the 1 chord, I really mean G sharp minor, which is the first chord of the scale. If I were to say a 4 chord, I'd be saying the C sharp chord because it is the 4th note in the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the numbers I gave, 1, 7, 6, that basically means I'm starting with the first chord, chord 1, G sharp minor, then a 7 chord, which is F sharp major, and then an E major chord, which is the 6th in the scale. And real quick, if you don't know how to build a chord, so for the 1 chord, all you would do is take the first note, number 1 of the scale, and skip the 2nd note, add your 3rd, skip the 4th, and add your 5th. Then you got the G major chord. You basically take the same process and apply it to whichever chord you're using. A D sharp chord would be D sharp, F sharp, and A sharp. Easy as that. Oh, that's it for me. So the most important thing here to remember is when creating a chord progression, it's really good that you stack a couple different sounds and pitch them up or down so that you really fill out the frequencies and make it sound full. Moving on, I added another electric piano to the end of the phrase, playing just the very last chord of the progression, just to add emphasis to the end of the phrase. And that sounds like this. Now onto the melodies. I thought this could use some brass, so I pulled up my friend at Sounds by Micah's trombone VST, where he recorded every single trombone shot himself, so it sounds like super realistic. Here's what that sounds like. Then I added a flute layer to kind of outline the chords and just to add another layer to it. And that sounds like this. The thing about this flute is I had a simple version and a more complicated version. The simpler version is just like the bass notes of the chord, but with the more, I guess, complex version, I added a few notes here and there that are kind of like its own melody, just to like add variation throughout the beat. And for the final melodic component of this beat, I grabbed a bell sound and made this bouncy melody, recording it on my MIDI keyboard. Here's what that sounds like. The thing about these bells is I use a automation for the chorus effect that I have on it. So that kind of toward the end of the phrase, the chorus gets more and more involved in the mix. I did this because I wanted the very last note to be more emphasized than the first note of each bar. So that's the melody. Now let's get to the drums.
Make some drums, Nick.
So the first thing I added was this NBA Youngboy guitar thing. Not sure what to call it. Then I added this clap. Now, I thought it sounded kind of thin, so I added a second clap to layer underneath it. And here's what that sounds like. Here's what they sound like together. I added this closed hi-hat to like emphasize the first 3 chords. Then I put in another 2-step hi-hat.
He like a hi-hat guy.
Then I added this open hat. And just for the sake of variation, I added a snare in the verse. Here's what that sounds like. I also made 2 patterns for the 808s. I put the more simple pattern in the hook and then added some notes here and there to make it a little more busy in the verse. So here's the one in the verse. here's the one in the hook. And with all the drums put together, here's what that sounds like. After adding the risers and my tag, here's the full beat. If you like this loop that I made, you can go get it yourself in my free February 5x5 inspiration pack. It's completely free and it'll be linked down below in the description. Alright, I'm gonna play you the beat real quick. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments. If you like this video, if you learned something, let me know. And yeah, here's the beat.